And now for your Washington Catholic Cardinals.
In Indiana for the basketball game tonight between the Clay City Eagles and the Washington Catholic Cardinals. The starting lineup tonight for the Clay City Eagles: number 10, Levi Adams; number 12, Riley Myers; number 14, Grant Horton; number 22, Nolan Harris; and number 50, Jace Jackson. Last year, Clay City defeated Washington Catholic there in the Eel Dome, 65-10. The Clay City Eels have won the last 3 in a row against Washington Catholic. You getting squealing?
How are you? 29 already.
Eels ball as they Washington Cardinals turn it over tonight. A little physical action here early on. Looks like Grant Horton with the steal. Good job by Grant there, drawing the blocking foul.
Comes up short on the first one.
Another turnover by the Cardinals. Another aggressive take in there. It's a second team foul on Washington Cardinals tonight. Grant converted on the second one. And 2 points for Washington Catholic. Catholic is the man one. Another bucket for the Eels tonight. 3-2, about 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. And that ball stayed for the Clay City Eels. This is their third game this season. They had a break from because of COVID, but they're eager to get the season going on its way and improve on the year and see what they can do come sectional time.
Yeah, they had a fill-in game last night with Shakamak at the Greene County Invitational. Washington Catholic's 0-4 on the season. Both teams have come out in a man-to-man tonight.
Seems like both teams here in these early minutes are trying to find a rhythm, find a groove getting in this game.
Yeah, it's it's kind of a unique situation when you have a game where it's a varsity only, so you're coming out and you're coming right off the bat and coming out and playing and off the bus ride, and a lot of varsity teams aren't used to that.
Riley Myers pushing it down the court. Offensive foul on Nolan Harris. Tried to use his body just a little too much there. Clay City's first foul of the half. Washington Catholic team seems a little bit stronger than they were than last year's 65-10 win for the Eels.
Nice three-point shot there by Levi Adams. That's, last night we were struggling a little bit from the perimeter. I think we only had 1 for 3 for the game, but
nice play by Harris there, just couldn't get the sidestep to fall in. This is a Washington Catholic team that lost, has already played Shakamak, who Clay City played last night, and they got beat, I believe it was 80-22, so it was a pretty wide margin for Shakamak. It's a little off there by Adams. Hope we don't run into that bathroom play they ran here at Washington Catholic. I don't know if you've seen that.
where you run out one side and come out the other.
Yeah. Gotta watch that one here.
Looks like we switched into 1-3-1 half court out of the man-to-man. Jace on top there uses the link, but gonna have to stop that penetration. Nice cut there.
Good play, good pass.
I know Coach Ames is going to want him to pick up this defensive effort because they've got 8 right now in the corner, and they're high, I think, for looks like 33 points is a high for the year so far. So
they've been struggling, but they play with a lot of heart. I know last year, and even applauding the Ill fans. I mean, they even cheered them when they were, wanted to see them be, a good game and be successful. And obviously we want the Ills to win, but it's a much improved team this year by Washington Catholic. That was a good try, Riley, to try to get it off the Cardinal player.
Great effort there. That's what you like to see, somebody go on the floor, go after those 50-50 balls. And
floated by the Cardinals there to tie it up at 8. 2:38 here left in the first quarter. We're utilizing our camera angles to see each scoreboard the way it is. So if you're not able to really truly see it, just kind of let somebody know on Facebook, and we can make a change here and put the scoreboard up on the screen. Good play.
Nice
Good play
cut.
by Riley.
Yep. Way to wear will be a top. Looks like Brody Shaw's checked in the game. I didn't see that.
Ball will stay
And
with
that's
the
what's,
Eels.
you know, I think that will help our game if we can get up and down the court and try to get to the basket. I think that will help on both ends of the floor.
Good shot by
Brody with a three.
Seems like, like last night, trying to get their legs underneath them, and we got a timeout. Timeout by Washington Catholic here, 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Back here at the Birdcage in Washington, Indiana. 13-8 Clay City with 2:02 left here in the first period. Washington Catholic ball. Washington Catholic is 0-4 on the year. Their last game was against Columbus Christian, lost at 68-20. But great steal there by Riley.
Yep. Good steal, good finish. Like I said, now they're picking up that defensive effort, and it's translating into points. And
Applying more ball pressure here by Dylan Harris. Looks like they called another foul on Nolan there. I think that's his second. He'll take a seat.
Zach Swearingen and Grant Horton check back into the game. Another deflection and then recovery over Brody. Just got moving up on top before.
It's a really unique place to play for a lot of teams that come in. I don't know how long it's been around, but it's nice to see, a historic gym like this.
It is.
That they, keep it preserved and looking really in great shape.
Well, and just down the road, if you go over to Montgomery Bar Reef, they're in a new gym this year, so there's not many around that's left like the Arrowhead there.
Hey, he just ran into Chase Terry, fell down. Good job, good sportsmanship there by Chase, helping him up. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. It's a 1A matchup between Clay City and Washington Catholic.
Nice look. Zach Swearingen with a really nice look there. Good ball movement.
Yeah, I think they need to find their legs here in their early first couple minutes, and maybe got a little bit of a shock the way Washington Catholic came out. The way it compared to last year, you kind of sometimes you get that into your system like, oh, that's how it's going to play. But they've really stepped up the game and starting to take Washington Catholic out of it a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. You typically you're 15 games into the year right about now, and now you're you're packed. You're playing up to 3 games a week the whole month of January.
I'm sure, players and everybody, fans, they're just glad to get it in, like Illinois not able to play and the issues there, but just glad that, people are trying to do their best to make these games happen.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's whether it's basketball or it's just being in school. Another good deflection. Blake Patterson, nice steal and nice finish.
Here we are at the end of the first quarter. It's 20-8 here at Washington Catholic, the Birdcage, and we will be back in just a minute. We're back for the start of the second quarter here at the Birdcage in Washington, Indiana. David Smith and Rodney Smith bringing you the play-by-play tonight.
It was a nice finish. We went on a 12-0 run there to finish that quarter. And that ball movement, defensive pressure.
Seemed like Washington may switch to a 3-2 zone to start here. Not sure what the call was there, but a turnover.
He called Palmer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're carrying it.
Yeah. Kids missed the game last night. The Lady Eels fought hard, but lost at North Central. But the JV girls pulled out a good victory, and seeing good improvement there from the Lady Eels, and they'll be in action tomorrow. I believe it's against WRV.
Yes, yeah. WRV JV tip at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
If you're unable to
at the Eel Dome.
At the Eel Dome, and so if I'm able to member to make it right now, so still Clay County's a red county. 3 by Swearingen, just off. So hope maybe things will change next week with maybe getting a few more fans in there, but we'll be broadcasting tomorrow from the Eel Dome.
I hadn't noticed, and David, you may have talked about this earlier, but Washington Catholic doesn't have a senior on this team.
Oh no, I hadn't noticed that one.
It's a pretty young group. There's 3 or 4 juniors, but it's made up mostly of freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, they're in the blue chip conference, and their tallest player is 6'1", and compared to we have a couple of 6'3", so yeah, we have a little bit of a height advantage there.
And we don't often say that with our team, because usually we're going against a bigger team. We were about the same size matching up last night with Shackmack, but
as mentioned, this is Clay City's won 3 in a row against Washington Catholic. The last Washington Catholic win in this series was the 2010-2011 season. So they have not played each other every year, but they have played a few times here in the past 10 years. So, Mitch, if you get a chance to, if you don't know, the bathroom play, YouTube it. Washington Catholic bathroom play was on CNN and many years ago, and it's just kind of the way it's set up here. You could run out of the gym and come in through the bathroom, one of the bathroom sides, and receive a pass. And they did that and shot a 3, and It's pretty interesting to watch. .6:56 left here in the second quarter. Eagles have 4 team fouls, and Washington Catholic has 2.
Good perimeter ball movement.
Washington Catholic looked like it kind of gone to a zone or a boxing one. They're kind of got a shadow in Grant there. First foul on Brody Shaw. 15 foul for Clay City tonight. What's interesting for Washington Catholic, I was looking at the tournament history for them, and they've had a little bit of luck here in the early 90s, but once class basketball switched around, I think they've only won 1 tournament game since then.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they had a couple of Indiana All-Stars and Toby Madison, and they had some success. Their girls went to the state finals a couple times.
Red seemed to let them play a little bit of time, but then I think we got Levi for Adams for the foul there.
One of the things when you look at it, and you got Washington here, you got Bar Reeve down the road, and then you've got Lagodi down the road. It's amazing that, honestly, it's amazing there's still a school here, and it's a tribute to them that they're keeping that going. Did get a final, well, not a final score, but I did get a final from the Greene County tournament. Linton beat North Central by 4 points tonight. So.
And they have an enrollment of 76. Looks like he was still moving, but they got Brody on the charge there. Washington will be at the line for 1-on-1 from here on out.
Another good deflection. There's a foul.
Talking about this area and Plaza Schools, and Washington's just really been a hotbed for basketball with the Zeller brothers and Steve Bushy, and state championships Washington and Hatchets have won over the years.
Nice play there on the out of bounds. Grant was patient, let everything develop, and then Nolan gets a 2 underneath in the basket on the out of bounds play.
The Eagles have pushed their lead to 24-11.
Another steal by Grant. Nice finish. You'll go to the line for an and one. Grant had a lot of deflections, a lot of steals last night as well, and Nolan played good, Grant played good, and it's good to see Grant's carrying that over for tonight's game too.
I believe Nolan had 14 in the game, and Grant had 10 points, I believe, in that game against Shacklin last night.
Since coaches went to this 3-2 zone, we've got a lot of deflections, a lot of steals off of it, and I think it's helped a lot.
Yeah, there's another one at your feet. Yeah, I think they're looking. I think they have three. Washington Catholic has three sophomores, a junior, and a freshman on the floor. I just kind of see what they were going with. The way they not having any seniors, so relying on some younger players.
That's one thing we struggled with last night was free throw shooting, and it's just a matter of purpose on the players' part. They've got to work at it. Nolan converts on that second one.
We got a lane violation here on Washington Catholic.
Way to stay with it.
How to get that tip back.
Yeah, Jace did a great job of staying with it, finishing that.
And Grant's really trying pressure on the top of the key there, really causing them to have a very difficult time to get the ball around.
Jace altered that shot.
Oh,
nice finish.
Nice.
Very nice finish by Zach there. It's good to see him get, I think, a lot more aggressive coming to the basket there.
Eels have pushed their lead to 20, 31-11.
Good trap, another steal by Grant. Takes, gotta convert those situations there.
He tried to draw the foul on the Washington Catholic player, but he wasn't going to run through Jace. Good job by Nolan there to not draw that foul, and he really, like you said, like the way Jace did alter that shot earlier, and keeping them off the boards. Grant's trying to draw a foul.
I don't know what to say there.
Yeah. I guess you gotta like the effort. We might be getting away with a little bit of hand checks there.
He may be a little bit tired too. I don't know.
We got a 30-second timeout here. We'll be back here in just a minute from Birdcage in Washington, Indiana. Left in the second quarter, 31-11. The Eels is after they given up 8 points in the first quarter to Washington Catholic. They've only allowed 3 this quarter, and really have pushed that lead out and really asserted themselves as
they
with this win.
Like you said, they asserted themselves on the defensive end, and that's translating over to points on the offensive end.
Yeah, a little bit of a reach there by Patterson to try to get the ball, but you're not going to get all those steals like that. Blake's just going to take it straight to the basket there, and Cardinal player tried to get in the way, but he wasn't going to He was a little too late.
And I think that's one thing that this team can take advantage of is it push the ball. I mean, we've got to convert whenever we do push the ball, but I think pushing the ball, transition, is going to be a big thing for this team because we lack size, like you said. So,
see, White Adams checked into the game. This is his first action tonight.
yep, we have Elliot Rogers in the game too. Nice finish by Patterson there.
Game like this, once you start to assert yourself and take control, like you mentioned earlier, being a lot of games, you typically have played, quite a few games. So you have to take the chance to try a few different things, see what lineup works. And you're not really sure, what your best lineup's going to be. And so a game like this, give some more minutes for these younger players, a little more confidence. Not having a JV game tonight is kind of difficult, but hopefully this game will help build some confidence going into next week, next Tuesday night as we play at Battle Bloomfield.
Yeah, I mean, basically the rest of the month of January, they're going to have to play 3 games a week. So,
Play there by Patterson. Went right hand on the left side, but got the roll. Thank you. Forgot to take the ball with him there.
Brody Shaw back in the game.
Thought he might try to Larry Bird the thing over the basket, or over the goal.
Yeah. 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. Wow.
Some of it's a little bit of a. I'm not saying he's trying to flop it all, but some just trying to force too much right there against that player. It's got a few more inches on you. Washington Catholic player smaller than the.
Nice look.
At the buzzer.
Nice finish there.
Then at halftime, it is 38-13 for Clay City Eels over the Washington Catholic Cardinals. We're at halftime, and we will be back here in a few minutes. We're back here at Washington Catholic High School, or the Bird Cage, and got about a minute and a half left here at halftime. So Ronnie, what are your thoughts seeing the Clay City Eels play last night and how they've been looking today? What's your take on this game so far?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing I can see is getting back into the flow of things. You have two back-to-back games like this, and one of the obvious things is, like we talked about earlier, was the fact that they haven't played a lot of games, and you can see some tired legs out there. I think Coach is doing a really good job of I think everybody's been in the game, played in the game, had significant minutes so far in the first half, and that'll be key. Like we talked about, the rest of the month of January, they're going to have 3 games a week. Next week they have 3 games. The following week, 3 games. And so you've got to get their legs back, and he's doing a good job at that. But defensively, last night and tonight, I think that's one thing he's got to build on, is they put out a good defensive effort. Even last night in the loss, you're only giving up 40-some points. So, you're looking on pace to give up under 30 tonight. So,
I think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I think they I believe the score was 20-8 at the end of the first quarter. So they went on. They only left 5 points in the second quarter. So 38-13 lead. The next game for the boys will be Tuesday against Bloomfield. And the senior night is planned. Again, we say planned because you just never know how things are going to go. On January 15th against Eastern Green, and we'll see how what the governor says with the counties and how they'll let more fans in. But you can be sure that Elite Broadcasting will be there, and with all broadcasting our sponsors, and we're so thankful for all of them who helped make this possible and providing the equipment. And again, we can't say just thank you enough for all of them. And you'll see the commercials come through.
Yeah, you're right. You got a conference game Tuesday night now. That just got rescheduled. You've got a conference game with Eastern Green on Friday night, and then you've got a matchup with Olin Valley, who's I think only lost so far this year. They're playing very well. They lost to Bloomfield. So you got a big week coming up next week. It'd be nice to get a win here. Nice look, good set play. Nolan hits the 3 at the top of the key.
That's the way. It's definitely the way you want to start the come out after halftime. Because sometimes those first couple minutes can be the most telling of the rest of the game and really set the tempo for your team.
Yep. As Coach Sender says, Nolan converts on the easiest shot in basketball, the 3 from the top of the key. He had a great junior high coach, so.
We've got to travel there on the Cardinals. Lady Eels will be in action tomorrow against WRB with JV tip-off at 11 a.m.
Yeah, they've had a big week. Nice 3 by Riley there.
Yeah, they're 2-7, but they are definitely improving.
Yeah, they went up against a good Greencastle team on Tuesday night. Come back with a sectional opponent on Wednesday night, get the victory. Last night, sectional and conference opponent. They played very well against North Central, as you were there and you broadcast it. And then tomorrow you got another sectional and conference opponent with WRB, so it'll be interesting to see how they finish that week. Again, it's the same situation. They just got to get their legs underneath themselves right now.
We've got a full timeout here by Washington Catholic, so we'll be back here in just a minute.
out there with a good start to the second half. They always say the beginning of the second half, beginning of the game, but 2 threes to open the second half to open the lead up 44-13.
Good job by Nolan. They get a hand on the ball. I think they brought out their original starting lineup that was in the game to start this third quarter.
Coach James got the starters in there. And that, there's a situation just having active hands, and we were reaching in the first half, but just having active hands there is a big.
Yeah, you got to think. Sometimes you got to watch that because in a game like this, the refs seem to have let us play, but you get some games where you could already have 3 fouls right then and there. Just, doing that. First team foul of the second half on Washington Catholic. This is number 10, second foul. Nolan just loses his handle there, but looked like he had a straight path to the basket.
And that's you play a team that struggles a little bit offensively, and you tend to get into some bad habits. But that's a nice thing that I've seen so far the first half of the year. We're doing things, we're running things offensively, and we're not getting into a lot of bad habits just because it's an ugly game or something like that. I think we're trapping, and I think Coach will be pleasantly surprised at how the defense has played tonight. And then I say that we give up an offensive rebound.
44-15, 5:47 left in the third period. Not sure if that's for Levi or Riley, but Levi made sure Riley got it. No one getting the play in from Coach Ames.
Nice follow.
Good follow.
Nolan with a really good follow to the basket there.
That's right there can be the big difference in the game. Y'all following your shot, and if the other team's not going to block out, then there's a lot of easy points that you can get right around the basket. Turnover by Washington Catholic. A little bit of frustration on Washington Catholic here a little bit. Just still getting flustered again by the deflections and steals. And
nice steal and finish with Jace there.
Clay City's beginning to have their way with them right now, and because we got another timeout on the floor, 48-15, with 4:24 left here in the third quarter. Looks like we got a full timeout. We'll be back here in just a minute.
coming out of a timeout here in the third quarter. 4:24 left in the quarter. The Eels with the 48-15 lead over the Washington Catholic Cardinals. The Washington Catholic's ball on the inbounds here. Riley Myers with the rebound. Transition. Jace. No finish with the follow-up. Riley converts.
Good job by Clay City there, but even when Washington Catholic's getting a shot off, they're just giving them about one shot and, getting the ball, getting that defensive rebound and back down the court. So Eels are, again, they compared to that first few minutes that first quarter, they've really tightened it up and really just taking control.
Another deflection. I don't know if the coach wants to. If you're going to get a layup there, but to take that quick of a shot on a mid-range shot, I don't know if that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty good path there to the basket, or at least in to dump it off and draw the defender and get a good layup. Good pass.
Nice pass.
Good cut by Riley to get in there and pick up the two.
Yeah, Levi with a good no look on the side there. Coach has changed it up a little bit, going 2-3 out of the 3-2 from the first half, but
Good thought, but Riley was already making a cut to the basket. Let's get the turnover.
(52-15) with 2:08 left here in the third period. Zach Swearingen and Brody Shaw return to the lineup.
Zach there, and Zach tried to hit the ball away and just got the hand too far in there.
Good trap in the corner, created a turnover there.
Good job, coast to coast there by Nolan Harris.
Yeah, they have done taking and transitioning those turnovers into points. They've done an excellent job of that tonight. And it's situations, it's not like they're sitting back there cherry picking. It's they're pushing the ball, looking for the open man, or taking it to the basket and finishing.
I think Washington Catholic may got a grab there, but we still got
nice
it back.
pass and another finish. Riley with the two and Nolan with the assist.
Less than a minute here in the third quarter. Three-pointer for Washington Catholic. I think that may be their first three tonight. And Harris answers right back.
Nice. Moved the ball. Nolan with the open three, and he knocks it down. Nice anticipation by Nolan. And the finish.
Right there closing the quarter there with an assist, a three-pointer, and a layup. Stealing layup. So here we have 61-18 at the end of the third quarter. Getting ready to enter the fourth here at the Birdcage in Washington, Indiana. It is Clay City Eels 61, Washington Catholic 18. We'll be back in just a minute.
Here we go at the start of the fourth quarter. The Eels with a 61-18 lead over the Washington Catholic Cardinal. We have Blake Patterson and the substitute for Nolan Harris there. Cardinal with another three. They converted the last shots on our three-pointers, but
I think they're trying to reach their average for each game, and about 33 points, I believe you said, Rodney. So, what's good, they're not quitting. You don't want to see a team let up, and both sides. We're playing hard, trying to get our feet underneath us, and they're giving a good game right back. And so, even though the scores, rather lopsided right now, it's still good effort from both sides.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that Coach Ames is going to emphasize. It's not so much what we put up on the offensive end in a game like this, as he knows what that defensive output, and he wants to keep it down. They've had two good defensive efforts the last couple of nights, but he knows what Washington Catholic's averaging offensively, and he wants to keep them under that. And that's going to be his point of emphasis here in this final quarter, is just working on that defensive side.
Good. Clay City carried the ball, and so we had a turnover, and Washington's got the ball right now.
Another steal. The finish by Blake Patterson there.
Grant with the steal, and see if he can finish it.
Finish and the block. That's one of the things that this particular team, you've got a good mix. He's 10 deep right now and you're really not much different combinations when you put them on the court. They're all about the same talent level. They all, as long as they're all putting out the same kind of effort, that's what you want.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's been any matchups that's or a lineup that's not really worked. It seems like everything is, they're working together and sharing the ball pretty well tonight. And that's why we got such a big lead. Nice
finish, Riley, there with the steal and the finish. And I think that's where it starts, is where they're doing defensively. It doesn't matter. There's no drop-off right now with what we're coming in on the defensive side. You might see a little bit of difference in offense, but defensively there's really not a drop-off there. Although he won't be happy they let him take that to the basket.
I think right now, it's since that set first quarter, it's been a 49-18 advantage for Clay City. After that first quarter of 20-8.
Better job stopping that baseline drive. Nice look out. And the finish. Patterson had his head up, was looking down the court, and then Levi.
Yeah, you got to have your head up in a play like that, and it's just, good pass, good finish by Levi. And make a steal at the other end, so, all of them do that. They make a play on one end, and they come back and make another play on the other end.
Yep.
Zach. Yeah, Zach Swearengin on the 3 then. Washington Catholic shooting free throws. Here we do want to say, thank you to all of our sponsors again. Pizza Gallery, Ruoff Mortgage, Iron Horse Detailing, Clover Signs, Heather Edwards and MVP Vacations, Corey Apple Festival, Series Solution, Ethan Rogers and his aerial photos, and just again, just big thank you to everybody and what they're doing and really making this possible to bring this to all the fans watching tonight.
Yeah, it's a big difference with not being able to have fans here other than parents, and we have the same situation at home, but thanks to those sponsors so that we're able to bring it to you.
And Scott Harris too, I know he's done a lot with putting together all the graphics and the equipment and helping to set up, and I know the fans have been really pleased, and tell you it's for maybe no experience necessarily. I've been here and it's been top notch as far as the broadcast and really just the quality of things compared to maybe ones that's been doing it for a while. And so it's really happy with everybody's been involved to help make this possible.
Two times out of leaders. Ran the out of bounds play, waited on it, let it develop, and Brody goes to the line after a foul on the inbounds.
Important date coming up is January 29th. Again, all these dates are tentative. But if you haven't heard, Clay City Eels have won the Sportsmanship Award. Again, this for last year and all the fan interaction, the game interactions. And they'll be celebrating that on January 29th against North Davies. We have received that more times than any school in the state. That is definitely something for the school, the fans, the town of Clay City to be proud of.
Yeah, I mean that's a combination. It's not just players and coaches and administrators. That's a combination of that and your fans, all those things, and your students. Those are all factors that are weighed in on that award, and so it is a community award.
Wyatt Adams checked into the game and picked up 2 points. Maybe his first 2 of the night, but glad to see him get on the scoreboard, find the stat sheet.
Coming up on 3:15 left here in the fourth quarter. I know Coach wants to sustain the defensive effort, and they're doing that as of right now.
5-second call there. Yeah, we got it.
Yep.
Kind of just knew that was about to happen.
You know, and you've got all underclassmen out there on the floor now, and you know, gives them an opportunity to see what they can do.
Working the weave here, working the ball at the top of the key.
Nice jump stop, finish right in the lane there by Brody.
Currently all underclassmen here, except for Blake Patterson, junior, playing for the Eels right now. Not having a JV game, good to see him get some minutes. Under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 79-24, Clay City Eels. They're going into bonus pretty quick there in the first half. Neither team is close to it yet, so not as many fouls here in the second half.
You know, you had mentioned the week coming up next week. I know that nice finish, Brody with the taking it to the basket finishes there. But the week coming up on Monday night, the girls have a home game against Owen Valley, but we're still red, so that'll be, you know, parents only on that. So the broadcast will still be here, and then Tuesday night the same situation down at Bloomfield with their being red too. The broadcast will be on, but so that everybody can take part in it. And then you just keep your finger crossed for Wednesday when the new color comes out.
Yeah, because hopefully with the senior nights coming up next week from tonight against Easton Green for the boys. And then the girls will have theirs that Saturday on the 16th against South Vermilion. And so hopefully we'll have a few more fans there to celebrate the seniors and all their accomplishments, and the cheerleaders and the pep band. And so just everybody that's been a part and been involved in all these years, and celebrate the parents and their investment. And it's a big time. You know, a lot of the kids that were seniors last year, most of them at least got to have a senior night with at least one sport, except maybe for a few. But yeah, it's very important. So hopefully we can get that in and celebrate all these accomplishments.
Yeah, and I think it all goes back to the thing. It's just like you said, the spring sports, they lost out basically on the opportunity to play. And that at least we are getting that right now. They have an opportunity to be in school and not have to do everything online, and we've got an opportunity to play sports. And we've got, that you don't like the situation with attendance, but the most important thing is we're being able to play.
Wind down here in the fourth quarter, 85-24. Clay City is very much in charge. The Washington Catholic gets 2 points here to close out the fourth quarter, and they've played tough. Score doesn't indicate, maybe that, but it's been a hard-fought game. Both sides really trying hard. Great effort on both ends, and just glad to see Clay City come away with the W.
Yeah, I mean when especially at this point in time, you're looking at end of the month of January, your third game, and it's always good to get a win, and especially when things are backed up and you play on top of each other, games on top of games on top of games. It's a good time to get a good win, especially when you put out that kind of a defensive effort.
Yeah, great job by Clay City. And the final here from Washington, Indiana, at the Birdcage is Clay City 85, the Washington Cardinals 26. We'll have some messages from our sponsors here in a minute, and we'll hopefully maybe get an interview with Coach Ames and just get his thoughts on the game tonight.
Oh, God.
Welcome back here to the Birdcage as we wrap things up tonight. Coach Ames is here with us for post game. I guess first of all, I thought you had a really good defensive effort again tonight. I thought there was a good defensive effort last night, but a lot of deflections and a lot of turnovers created into scoring opportunities. What did you think there?
Well, not getting to practice a lot, and then with COVID issues that we've had, we've tried to mix up a lot of things, but we still, are waiting on a full roster. We like our height this year. We tried to play a little 1-3-1 tonight. We're a little disappointed the first time we played it. We got a little better in the second half with it. Really, so far through the 3 games we've had, we're real pleased with our man defense to a certain extent. Tonight we got reaching a little bit. Things got a little bit easy, I think. They started getting some turnovers, so they overcommitted. But overall, that's one thing we've kind of been pleased with the first 3 games. And you're right, Coach Smith, is just our defensive effort. I thought, can you say one guy's better than the next? No, I think it's been just a really good group effort. And, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, that was, when you're basically the rest of the month, you're looking at Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and just getting your legs under it. I think I noticed there in the first half that, a lot of opportunities. Grant came up a little bit short on a couple conversions there, and you could tell it was just the fact that they didn't have their legs underneath them, and they haven't had that opportunity when you're in almost to the middle of January and you've only played 3 games.
Yeah. We're looking forward to playing a home game eventually.
Yeah.
You're right. I thought last night was the same situation. I hope somewhat is poor coaching, not getting into the foul line at practice enough, because we're trying to get through some things that we haven't got through. We're trying to learn a few things. It's a whole new group of kids who didn't play last year. And so we're trying to give them opportunities. It's a new situation. It's one thing to do it in the half court and full court practice. It's another thing to do it against another opponent. We've got to shoot foul shots better, because I think, like Grant Hort does a great job getting to the rim. But, right now, I know for a fact we are leading the state in free throw percentage, and that's bad free throw percentage. I don't know if we're even shooting 30%. Those are points that you've got to put on the board. But I think, again, their legs are tired. People don't understand, like last week when we got to come back, there's protocols. We had 6 players one day, actually 2 days, and 7 one day. So it's not like they've got a chance to get breaks and get up and down the floor like you normally would. And hopefully that's what we're going to use. Even next week's got to be one of those days where we're playing three games, 3 opponents, really good opponents, and using your bench some and getting guys rested a little bit. And really, our bench played fantastic tonight. They did some good things. I thought our bench, when they came in that first quarter, actually kind of got us going.
Yeah, and we were 8-8 there at one point, and you're right. You made those substitutions. I think you made that defensive change too, and they got more aggressive on that, created those opportunities. And I think that's one of the nice things, and you can comment on this, is when you go to your bench, it's about, you're looking at the same caliber of players going out there. You feel pretty comfortable going to your bench at this point in time, especially tonight. You didn't really see any kind of drop off there.
It is, and I'm going to be honest. We're going to have those nights, even last night, trying to go to the bench, trying to find somebody who can give you some scoring. We're going to struggle to score at times this year. The ball went in tonight. We hit some threes tonight, and you're right. There is not that huge separation. And that's a good thing. And again, we're hoping, to get Noah Atkinson back. There's a 6'3", 6'4" kid that can shoot a little bit, get inside, create space. And, Brody Shaw tonight played well. He fouled out there at the end, but he hasn't got to play a lot. He had a stress fracture in the preseason. He didn't get back until we came back there in December, middle of December. So, it's been a work in progress. We've had a lot of injuries, Levi Adams, trying to get his legs back. He had a broken ankle pretty much all of fall. And so it is work in progress. We're pleased with them tonight. I thought they shared the ball tonight. Just looking at our stats, we had 20 assists tonight. 20 assists, and I think we ended up with 9 turnovers. That's always a good thing when you're sharing the basketball. That's what I love to see.
And I thought they moved the ball really well. It created more shooting opportunities. You shot the ball from behind the three-point line a lot better tonight than you did last night. And I think the ball movement was that. Granted, give Shaq Mack a little credit last night on the defensive end, but I just think that the ball movement that you had, you used a lot of creative set plays, and it created a lot of good open opportunities too. But they converted on them tonight.
Well, we got to the rim and did convert, thank goodness. Jace Jackson did a great job tonight. I thought he had some really good moves. We've got to be able to get in there, move, back screen it, dribble, drive it some, kick it out, guys moving to open looks. And the thing is, when you have maybe a little bit of inexperience in young kids, they've got to be ready to catch, shoot. It's all rhythm. Indiana's known for that shooting, and that's one thing we work on in practice. And hopefully, with the leg situation, I know they're tired, we'll get better at it.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you being on with us.
All right.
I know you want to get back. You got a big week ahead. You got practice tomorrow, and that's the other thing that's tough about with games right now is it cuts back on your practice time. But it's like we said during the broadcast. At least we're having an opportunity to play right now.
That's right. We're probably next week's a makeup game with Bloomfield. It's the only time it fits in the schedule, and then we have Eastern and Nolan Valley. Next week's going to be tough. There are 3 very solid opponents. Bloomfield, just to start with, is right now I think ranked 3rd in 1A. They haven't lost yet. They've got a great player in the Graf kid, and they do a lot of good things. Well coached. It's a Bloomfield system. Owen Valley's playing great. That Atkinson kid is a fantastic player. He had a triple-double earlier this year for a 6'6" kid. He can shoot it outside, take you inside, share the basketball, dribble it. But we're looking forward to getting opportunities to play because some of the scheduling is you want to try to get games in because you don't know what next week's going to bring.
Exactly.
We've seen that, and we've been on the other side of it. So we're looking forward to it, and we just got to be patient, I think, a little bit with them and let them get some experience and keep working at it.
Well, good win tonight.
All right, I appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Thank you guys for coming down here to the birdcage. I will say this for your listeners. I don't know if you can see it here. One of the greatest plays of all time in Indiana history is basketball. I believe it was a JV game. The kid ran through the doorway down here on an out-of-bounds play, ran through the hallway, came out the other end, and hit a 3. Yep. And you can look it up. It's a fantastic play. They've had some great teams. So I appreciate it, guys, and be safe.
Thank you. And that's going to wrap it up here from Washington Catholic tonight. The Eels with the victory from the birdcage. Elite Broadcasting, thanks very much.
I can't wait till you guys go big time. I tell you what, Rick Hudson last night, he just,